Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane the Schwab Watson. We have another exciting episode this week.
Yes, sir. This week, what's coming up on today's show? Rahul Sawhney, first-class cricketer from India. He'll be discussing with us the state of cricket in India and also how can he help
West Indies cricket to come back up. As you know, India has never really dropped off in cricket. I mean, they always have been in the mix.
Yeah.
And always produce good players, whereas West Indies from, let's say, the 1980s will kind of drop off. And I mean, probably you can give us some in-depth info on how to.
And I think cricket in India is maybe the national sport as well.
It is. So. I've been to India once, and trust me,
so we will definitely discuss the structure and so forth.
We're big on sports here in Primal, so diverse in our sports. But during this show, we have a jam-packed show, and I know later on in the show, everybody's calling with Reggae Boyz. And
yes, and so we'll have Dr. Jason Scott Hamilton will join us at the midway mark to discuss the firing of Theodore Whitmore.
Theodore Whitmore not going anywhere. He's here to stay.
Yes,
but,
I know.
That's after sports commentary with controversial boss, and I know he has something to say about the Reggae Boyz. And he's anti-tapper. But we'll save that for later.
So Dr. Hamilton is pro-tapper.
So.
And the controversial boss is what? Anti-tapper.
Anti-tapper.
All right.
We are on Facebook Live again this week. And do remember, WhatsApp calling is open after sports commentary. And the number is 1-876-552-7406. Feel free to call in and talk on any sports topic you feel.
Okay, well, the headlines of the week. Cricket. Let us start with cricket here. Australia beating New Zealand by 8 wickets with 7 balls remaining. Comfortable victory.
New Zealand put up a fight, but I mean, that was an easy pick. I wouldn't take credit for picking Australia. To me, that was sort of straightforward, but they had to go out there, they had to deliver.
Had to perform.
Australia in cricket is built like a machine. So
yes.
They did the job and they won the T20 World Cup for the first time.
It
was a good final.
After about 5 tries, yes.
So
Australia is now, has been for quite some time, is the best cricket nation on the planet. The most World Cup victories with 5. 3 consecutive World Cup titles. You know how difficult that is? In a row. It's a great
and the most for a while.
The most test match wins as well.
So
more than 350. A great nation in cricket.
So
great.
What's up with West Indies? Where we're
as usual. Rahul will help us with that later in the show.
We know India is always there as well.
Australia doing well, but as you know, when things going well, you always have a little something that come up that's not so good. The test captain Tim Paine stepped down this week. Australia's test captain stepped down due to sexual harassment charges.
We're seeing a lot of these cases in sports going around. Not only in American sports, but as you say in Test cricket. But these sports players. I mean, there's a footballer evening that plays for Netherlands, Quincy Promes. Is on a charge. I think attempted manslaughter. Trying to stab his cousin. And making all these big bucks and making bad decisions off. You feel like can cost your career. The youngsters listening
have to be very careful. And the Tim Paine incident, is text messages, It's just text messages between him and a co-worker. And they were both flirting. And I guess he sent some explicit images. And then she cried foul,
Wow.
And then
career is no.
What I'm saying, two adults texting and flirting with each other, and this is 4 years ago,
I'm coming out to light now.
And
then now his career is in jeopardy.
Of course it is.
See him step down.
Step down as a captain, as a test captain. So we don't know if he's going to play in the team as a wicket keeper, but let us see how it play out. And he's also married, so that's a big issue in terms of family and all of that. Similar to the Tiger Woods issue and so forth. But it's quite unfortunate to me for me because it was constant. Both adults they both flirting. When you read the text, they're both flirting.
So
So it's a little touchy right there. But anyway, let us move on.
Move on to NBA.
Curry.
Steph Curry. In the MVP race, Golden State Warriors with the best record in the NBA, playing some
exciting basketball again.
Entertaining. Nice to watch.
What do you think? You think it's a better team than the 016 team?
No. I don't think so.
Yeah? No. Yeah, so Steph Curry getting chance, MVP chance on KD's home court. Yeah, what you say about that?
To me, he's second in MVP race.
No, but imagine you on a court as Kevin Durant, your home fans cheering for Steph Curry.
Yeah, that don't look good. That just shows that probably Brooklyn isn't really big on basketball, but I mean, they go to the stadium much. But your own player and you're chanting. Can you imagine Michael Jordan?
And you're chanting for Karl Malone.
Chanting for Karl Malone as MVP.
On your home court.
Yeah. I guess KD is
maybe really showing you that Curry is the face of the league now.
But I mean, one thing for sure is entertaining.
Of course.
Unlike some other great players in the league, that's to me is
the bulldozer, the freight train.
Entertaining at all.
Not boring to watch. Yeah, but Brooklyn is on top in the East. Yeah. Lakers struggling as expected.
Lakers to me will probably not make the playoffs. If you looked at the West, it's stacked and Lakers is not there now. But for them to make a move with those old
tired legs,
and
out of control Westbrook or Westbrick
doesn't look good for the mighty Lakers.
Yeah. All right, let's touch a little tennis here. You know that star in she's missing.
Yeah, after
the allegation of sexual assault by a government official in China. Yeah. Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai.
Yeah, sorry for the Chinese pronunciation, but you know who we're talking.
Yes.
Yeah, she's missing for about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks now, so Djokovic and Serena, they're all crying out and, pleading. She's vanished. She has vanished.
That's strange. I mean,
sent an email though, but that still is not proof of that she's sending it. Chinese.
Remember that missing plane that just everybody forget about?
Okay.
That just disappeared. I mean,
very unfortunate.
Hopefully she pops back up, but
very, very unfortunate. And Australian Open, this vaccine business there.
Yeah, they say Australian Open is saying you have to be vaxxed to play Australian Open. So Novak Djokovic
probably is out as well.
Probably is out of Australia. And he's going for that elusive 21
title.
Yeah, to separate himself from the other two greats.
Yes.
But I mean, let's see how that story unfolds. Australian Open coming up, big girls slam.
And netball girls refusing to travel with the team.
Another vaccine update. 3 netball girls.
It's really affecting sports.
Refuse to take the vaccine and will not travel on the England tour coming up. So vaccines, let us see what. I mean,
it's still affecting the world of sports.
And that's going to England. Hopefully, Commonwealth Games next year in England. They tell athletes probably have to be vaxxed to go to Commonwealth Games. And I myself
most definitely
want to go to Commonwealth Games next year.
Most definitely.
But I mean,
all right.
It's time for our guest now.
Yes, I want to welcome to Primal Sports Talk. First class cricketer Rahul Sawhney.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hello, guys.
Hi,
Very good afternoon to you guys. How are you doing?
I know it's night in India, right?
Yeah, it's actually going to be midnight in India, and I'm trying to match the West Indian jersey with you guys.
Wow. West Indian. Yeah, I mean, one thing they look good on the field, but the performances have been on the down low.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, we know
they have been
in India.
Yeah, the cricket in India is. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I know your team struggled in the T20 World Cup as well.
Yeah, we had the same results like West Indies. Like we were disappointed as well. But we win, we lose, but that's the part of the game. But we keep moving forward, and everyone knows like India is a world-class cricket team, and only it's just a matter of time in this World Cup they could not perform. But will come. I think next year also there is another World Cup for T20. So I think we'll again go there and perform well.
Yes, we can't say the same for West Indies because to us in the West Indies we don't see a way forward. We're actually going in reverse if you ask me because we've been stuck in the rut, and we have not been performances.
I think West Indies has been always been unpredictable. Like if I talk about like 5 to 6 years. Yeah. And but this World Cup coming in, this World Cup West Indies team, they were actually not looking well. I think because of some reasons, like because of team selection, And I think they were just coming in to give farewell to boss Chris Gayle and Dwayne Bravo. I think so.
Yeah.
So I think those were the reasons.
Well, the fans are wondering what's up with the performances. But we know Chris Gayle is a superstar in India.
He is like, I think I am one of his biggest fans in India. So I spoke to one of my friends in Jamaica. I said, whenever I come there, I want to have selfies with him because he's a superstar here. Honestly, I don't know how famous he is in West Indies in Jamaica, but in India, people are crazy for him. People say he's a mad guy.
In Jamaica, he's a star in Jamaica.
Yeah, and I think the selectors, they had to select Chris Gayle.
Yeah, the people want Chris Gayle.
They had to select him for this T20. It was a must because it's India.
Yeah, it's India, of course. You know, he brings a lot of TRP, a lot of ratings for the television. So, yeah, of course.
Of course, TV rights. So tell us about the structure of cricket in India. What makes that country such a big nation in cricket?
See, India is a nation. It's a crazy nation for cricket. It's like there is a saying that, you know, in India, people take cricket as a religion. So when we started growing up, we saw Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, a lot of players. So people used to get crazy. And India, I mean, unfortunately, they were only doing well in cricket in the past. So we got crazy. Every kid who's like 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, he starts, you know, seeing cricket matches. So he always said, you know, I want to be a batsman. I want to be like Sachin Tendulkar. So that's like a trend. It has always been in India. It's like a cricket-loving nation. So like we respect other players as well. We respect cricket a lot. For example, as I said, Chris Gayle, we love him. We love Dwayne Bravo. Any other player, any good cricketer. So it's like a lot of respect for them in India. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a religion. So like 1.3 billion people following cricket. And if it's like India versus Pakistan or something, people just, you know, leave out everything. They say, you know, turn on the TV. We don't want to eat. We don't want to have anything. We just want a cricket match.
You know, speaking of Pakistan and India, after Pakistan defeated India.
This was the first time, match, correct.
I heard some things, some disturbing news. You know, as an Indian, you can't talk bad about the India team. You have to. I heard some people got locked up in jail. Is that true?
Locked up in what?
Locked up in jail for criticizing or not cheering for India, cheering for Pakistan.
No, it was not a jail. I mean, there was a professor who was asked to leave from the university. I guess there was a news which I've heard. But as I said, you know, when it comes to cricket, and if it's India versus Pakistan, that's some other crazy level. And also lot of banters which started before the match because, you know, Indians were all like, you know, we are the strongest team, and you know, you have never defeated us. But then, you know, it changed all over, and you know, we were like, okay, it's our time. So, you know, I mean, people like me, like who understands cricket, like I played professional cricket, and other people who respect cricket. So they were normal. They were like, it's like a normal defeat that we received from Pakistan. It's fine because it's cricket, it's a game. You know, I think if not this time, maybe next World Cup they could have beaten us. So it changed this time. That's fine. It's a game of cricket.
Yeah. So it's like every kid's dream to play for India.
To become Virat Kohli, to become Sachin Tendulkar. Yeah, that's like their dream. But nowadays in India, because our government is focusing a lot on other sports as well, like football, which is, I think, recently very famous in Caribbean also. Yeah. So I keep on seeing Primal Sports Channel, you know, you keep putting on status. Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah. So right. So
in all those leagues, it's big here.
Yeah, leagues, absolutely. So people like kids nowadays, they are focusing on football, tennis, badminton. I used to play badminton as well. So cricket is still there because that's like a first love. So you can never forget it. So that's how it is.
Well, what's your thoughts on Test cricket versus T20? Is it destroying cricket? You know, that's a big argument out there now that nobody want to play Test cricket anymore because of T20. Tell us, give us your opinion on that.
For sure. See, cricket, I mean, the main cricket, the real cricket will always be Test cricket. That's like everyone's stake in India, also those who understands cricket. So Test cricket is actually what we understand is that in India also, you know, if you're a good Test cricketer or good Test player, you are actually a proper cricketer. So when now we have other formats like T20, now we have ODI was always been that was also very entertaining. But now we have T20s, so people have less time, so they're just getting entertainment. The match is getting over in 3 hours. They don't have to wait for 5 days to get it over. So people who are casually in love with cricket, they like T20 a lot. So they don't care about Test cricket. But in India, as I said, like we love cricket. It's like a religion. So Test cricket has always been our first love, and we always judge a cricketer from his records in Test cricket. So that's how it is.
So Test is still as big as T20 in India. That's what you're saying?
It is still yet. Yes.
Oh, okay. You're a real cricket nation, man.
India is
no, the kids out here not gonna watch no Test matches. For 4 days, 4 or 5 days, they're not watching.
I think West Indian players, they've also spoiled the cricket. They're just coming in, hitting off. That's winning the matches quickly. That's how it is. Yeah.
But I see sorry, Ken. I see a evolution in T20. It's no longer just Yam hitting or big hitting or sixes. I see a lot of Test cricket batsmen that's playing and performing well in T20.
Absolutely.
And they're not just going wild with the bat. They're not just swinging.
Right. Like you see in India, people. Everyone wants to be on a top level. So in India, if you want to be, you have to be good in all the formats. For example, if I talk about Virat Kohli, he has been consistent in T20. He has been consistent in ODI, then in Test cricket. That's the reason he's a world-class player. So that's what Indian cricket needs right now, and that's the kind of coaches we are coming up with. We are working on our first-class cricket, school level cricket. So now we are producing a lot of good players who can play in all formats. For example, now we have a very good bench strength. For example, if Rohit Sharma or if I say Virat Kohli is not clicking, we have other players backing up. Even if they're not playing, there are other players who can come in and win matches for you in a day. So in India, if you want to be in a limelight, if you want to be a star, you got to be good in all formats. You just can't be a T20 player. So I think that's also a reason that India is growing progressive in cricket.
I just want to touch on, Jamaica is big on track and field, because we're big in, and that has to do with the high school system, and we have a big championship every year where there's high school and we view the talent, and that's why we have a great output in track and field. So I'm wondering, in India, what is the club system like and the high school system like when it comes down to cricket?
Well, we have like a school cricket, then we have under 17, under 19 cricket, then we have other Ranji trophies. So we have a lot of domestic cricket. Yeah. For example, if there is a good player in a school cricket, he will then get promoted to a next level of cricket, which is under 17, under 19. Then, he needs to get selected for some other level of Ranji trophy. So we have a lot of domestic cricket. So once the selectors approve a cricketer in all the levels, they see their scoring, their scores that they've made in the past in the current format, then they are able to choose them for the national team. So if you permit me, I was seeing West Indian cricket team fall in this World Cup. I see there are a lot of reasons why. Because for example, if you talk about senior players like Ravi Rampal was there in the team, and then Ravi Rampal, I think he played his last match 6 years back T20 cricket. So now he was called in. I think that was not a good move.
No.
Apart from that, Chris Gayle, if you talk about the performance only, not entertainment, he in the past, I think 6 years, he made only 150. I was just checking his record. Yeah. So you can't just ask them to play in the match if you're not performing. In India, you got to perform, then you can be selected. That's how the level of cricket is.
And I find that in the West Indies or the cricket board, I think they're the biggest problem. They tend to.
That's all.
Selection is the big problem. It's all politics and who like who, and it's not about performance within the West Indies anymore.
A lot of administrative issues, that they have been. I think players are facing. Politics is there, and also one more thing which I see is that like West Indies used to produce a lot of quality fast pace bowlers back in the 80s, 90s. But nowadays, for example, if I'm a batsman, if I know I have a match with West Indies, I won't be scared. I'm like, all right, let them come in. I don't know who the bowler is. But in back 80s, 90s, I could have been scared. I don't want to face these players. So that's a perception that has changed for West Indian cricket. So you need to produce more fast bowlers like earlier. in the past, and got to work on the performance of the players. Yeah.
I'm touching on, we don't get too technical, but I want you to tell me, because some of us don't really know much about the details of cricket. Tell me about the pitch. How important is the pitch in terms of the dead, the spin, the speed? Break that down for me.
See, right. That's a very good question. Actually, for example, that's the reason in India also, whenever we talk about foreign tours, there are different pitches in Australia, different pitches in England. And if we compare it with the Indian pitches, which are very flat, which are turning tracks also, which you will not see in Australia and England. So that plays a very crucial part. If I say, for example, if India is touring Australia, they get prepared on the bouncy tracks. They practice on cemented wickets in India. So pitch plays a very important part. So you got to be, for example, if you're going abroad, if you're playing in Australia, you got to have perfect fast bowlers with you. You should have batsmen who can play the ball, the bouncy tracks. And if I compare it within India, if you are like a slow turner, if you're off spinner, leg spinner, and pitch plays a very important part, and that's how even Australian and England batsmen need to prepare according to Indian pitches, which is a turning tracks. So they have to play good spin bowling if they want to come up in a match against India in India, because that is very difficult.
Okay, so you have to prepare the pitch according to the type of players you have, right?
Yes, in every country, prepares pitches according to their team as well. For example, if we are in Australia, their pitch curator will make a track which will be very difficult for Indian batsmen, which will be very easy for Australian cricket batsmen as they're used to it. So that plays a very important part, and that's how, they say, if you can play in Dubai, like in T20 World Cricket, if you play in Australia, if you can play well everywhere, then you will be, considered as a good batsman or bowler.
Yeah, because India have a bad away record. Is that correct, right? A bad away record.
India used to have bad overseas record, but Virat Kohli, Saurav Ganguly, we won matches. We won test series in Australia and England recently. So that has been changed in India. Okay. So now, so when our team goes out,
you guys have faster pitch now. You say you have faster pitch down there to practice on, right?
Pitches in India are the same, but we have a lot of, for example, we are traveling a lot to UK, Australia. So we are practicing there. So we are playing a lot of cricket. So now you also know that a lot of cricket is happening these days. Like every month there is a cricket tournament. India is traveling abroad. People are coming to India. So they get used to it. It's not, pitch is not a scare anymore. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, India has always produced players. I mean, that is probably due to the high, as I say, how often is cricket played in it? Like every day you drive down the road, you see a cricket match playing on the corner of the street or something, I'm sure of that.
Oh my God. I mean, if we talk about India, like if I step out of my house, there is a corner of the street, there will be guys playing cricket. So every corner you will find people playing. Even now, because I am now in a professional environment, but still I try and go and play every Sunday. There are club matches in India, in the city where I live. So yeah, we are just crazy for it. My wife, she scolds me, but still I get up early in the morning to take care of the baby.
Probably understand, because I'm sure she comes from a cricketing family. Every family is big on cricket in India.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sachin is like a Tendulkar, is like a big star, right? He's like bigger than the president.
No, not really, but yeah, Sachin is like he's like a god in India. He's considered to be a god of cricket. So yeah, but now personally, my favorite is Yuvraj Singh. Like he's a very good stroke player. Also Virat Kohli, like the temperament he shows mentally, physically. So yeah, Sachin Tendulkar is always main god.
Almost a batsman, no spin bowlers, Harbhajan Singh. No, they're definitely a batsman.
No, but still, yeah, Harbhajan Singh was the one who actually brought, who made India famous in spinning, like in bowling. India always produces good off spinners. We had Bishan Singh Bedi, Harbhajan Singh. So we always have good off spinners too.
Tell me who's the best fast bowler in the world right now?
That's a very, very tricky question.
Top three.
Well, top three. I think Mitchell Stark, Trent Bolt, and also Shaheen Afridi from Pakistan. I think I will.
I was waiting for that name.
No. Really I knew you wanted to hear it.
And I wonder how comes Pakistan has fast bowlers, while India tend to not have fast bowlers.
And that's even I want those answers, because we are like 1.3 billion people and we are not able to produce that kind of fast bowlers which Pakistan has. But I really like Shaheen Afridi the way, but I was heartbroken when he was taking away those wickets, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. I was almost crying.
Waqar Yunis, Shaheen Afridi, and
my favorite, current. If I talk about my personal fast bowler in the world, my pick will be Wasim Akram. I love him. He is genuine swing bowler.
Yeah. And India don't tend to produce fast bowlers. And Pakistan.
India, I like Zahir Khan. Zahir Khan has been my favorite from India. So he's like a true fast bowler too, left hand.
Yeah.
Cricket.
I mean, so going forward, what's next with India cricket? What's the next tour coming up?
Well, we recently won a T20 series with New Zealand, the runner-up from World Cup. We just won yesterday. We won a match with them we sealed the series. So now we are going for the test matches. I think starting in 4 days time.
Okay, before we leave, I want to ask about you, because you're a big cricketer yourself.
I played some professional cricket.
Why you not on the Indian team? I know you're a big cricketer.
See, there are a lot of reasons. I had some responsibilities. Then I also had to get into professional environment as it demanded that time. So I wanted to be a good, proper batsman. I'm like 6 feet 2 inches tall. I could have been a good all-rounder as well. Yeah. Like I can bowl bouncy. I can do good bounce bowling.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but just before we close off, tell us what would you plan for West Indies? How you try to get us back on the map of cricket? Yeah.
Well, correct. I think West Indies cricket, the cricket board, they need to come up with a good selectors, good chief selectors in their team. Also, they need to work on the ground level, on the grassroots level. For example, school cricket, domestic cricket, and they have to select players on their performance basis. You can't just select people because of their experience. So you need to have people who have scored runs. And I was in Jamaica back in 2019, I guess. So I did some net bowling with the Jamaican A cricket team. And I could see a young, raw talent over there. So I am actually a West Indian cricket fan. I love West Indian cricket team, but it's just that, you need to stop doing politics and come up with some good fast bowlers, which was West Indies was known because of their bowlers. Yeah. So I would like to see good fast bowlers.
Fast bowlers.
Right. Thanks, Rahul. Thanks much. It was a great interview, and hopefully word can get to the West Indian Cricket Board, and we need to get back on top and competing again with the likes of India.
Definitely, I would love to see that as well. And thank you so much, guys, for inviting me. And let's hope for best cricket coming up very soon from West Indies and as well as from India.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Take care.
Sawhney.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good night. Good day to you guys.
From India.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's being very humble. Rahul could have been a top line Indian batsman, but he chose to go into business himself. He had a choice between becoming a Bollywood star and becoming a professional cricketer, or national level, or a businessman.
Yeah.
So he's become a businessman. So we have to take the time to thank him.
Well, we're at the midway point, and we know at the midway point it's time for sports commentary with the controversial boss. Take it away.
Well, there isn't much controversial to announce in the news today, except the fact that once again there's a hue and cry about the state of coaching for the Reggae Boyz. But they can't say I wasn't warning. You will recall my commentary about 2 months ago when we could have done something about it, that I said that we lack direction in coaching. In fact, I was a bit more open with it. I said, Tapa must go. I said it a couple of months ago, people said you're a crazy fellow. Well, no, what is everybody saying now? Tapa must go. After the horse has bolted and the gate has been locked, and we are no longer in the mathematical competition to qualify for the top 4 teams, top 3 and possibly 4th spot. We have now completely destroyed our chances of qualifying for World Cup with possibly the strongest individual lineup that I have ever seen of professionals. Professionals from MLS, professionals from Premiership, so 1 or 2 from other European areas, and yet we failed to put together a cogent team that could think. And who are we to blame? It has to be the coach. The coach failed by having a confusing selection process. He had confusing strategy or no strategy. As my commentary last week was that we seem to have no game plan. And now I hear other people coming on board saying the same thing, that he seemed to have no plan. And so we have to change the coach. But the point is, what's the point? We have already out of the World Cup. I think we can watch some football, have some entertainment. I saw him for a brief period. He put on the team that I wanted to see. A team with probably Ravel, probably Bailey, certainly Antonio, which Primal Sports was calling for a month, 2 months ago. Finally, Whitmore put them on in the last part of the team, and we glimpsed the potential of that team. We took it to America. We didn't have an organized means of doing it, but we certainly took it to America. And we didn't do that badly. So what are we going to do now? Bring on a coach to do what? If we bring in a foreign coach at this stage, what's he going to do? Keep a decent score line? We're out. We are out. I think it's better to blood somebody new, somebody from Jamaica. Surely we have tacticians here, we have coaches here, we have technical people here, Whitmore as deputies. We need to blood somebody for 2026? Yeah. Same thing we did 4 years ago. We lose and then talk about 2022. And we have squandered that opportunity with Mr. Whitmore. Had the people been, it's only a pity Primal Sports had not gotten as popular as it is now, because if people were listening to us 2 months ago, we would have been in the run-ins. Certainly, we hold USA to a draw. USA is at the top of the table. We are on par with them, theoretically. But we don't have you watch the US coach? He's marching on the line and barking out orders, and he's panicking the whole time. You watch Whitmore? Arms folded, leaning back, just watching the thing going on. That's not the way to lead a team. When you're leading a team, you show leadership, you show example, you show commitment. Simoes, often the linesman had to tell him, get back in that box. Simoes was on the sidelines talking and all that kind of thing. And, now we have squandered the opportunity. And we have missed out. Too late shall be your cry. There's no chance of us qualifying now. I'm beaten down, I'm downtrodden. You guys know me as a high energy man. My energy is gone. Because we had the opportunity to turn things around, and we failed. We failed at every level because we didn't listen to the controversy boss. That's commentary.
Well,
let me start with Whitmore. You know, I was the one defending him in the early part, but I can't defend him right now. You know, the team that Whitmore put on the pitch, Ravel Morrison, maybe our best midfielder, and maybe the best player in the squad right now.
Surely.
Played for England under 16, under 17, under 18, under 21 for England. So he has quality. How is it you have Bobby Reid and Lamar Walker playing 70 minutes of football and giving Ravel Morrison 15 to 20 minutes on the pitch? Our most creative midfielder.
No, when we spoke last week, if you recall, I said to you, what is Bobby Reid doing on the field? You remember the conversation?
That was disturbing. I'm saying this guy have quality.
Bobby Reid plays for a Premiership team, though.
Played for England.
Yeah, Bobby Reid plays for Premier Championship team.
Yeah.
And yet, I saw nothing to indicate any quality at any stage at the minutes he played. Every play he played was negative. And he got a sitter in front of a goal. He was 3 yards out. I hear they say 5 yards. You flatter him, you flatter Bobby Reid. With 3 yards out to tuck the ball into the goal. Any experienced striker knows you don't slam the ball. The goal was empty. The keeper was over the other side. Bobby Reed had an empty goal. And the guy skied the ball. It probably got into the bleachers, into the rafters.
Well, I don't know what Whitmore was thinking. I can't see how Whitmore, Lamar Walker, who has not played for how many games. I've never seen Lamar on the field.
Yes.
And you put Lamar Walker to play 70 minutes over Ravel Morrison.
Yes.
No man.
And then some people might be congratulating Whitmore because Antonio managed to score 2 goals. They were individual goals.
Yeah.
They were against the run of play.
Yeah.
There was no play. In fact, the lack of structure allowed Antonio to take that, to run and beat 2 defenders and take that shot. Goal of the year, probably,
Of course.
But it was a one-man thing. The previous goal he had scored, same thing. Take the ball by himself and go through 2 men because the pattern isn't working. To this date, I have not seen Jamaica string 5 offensive passes together.
How can you? And you don't have the midfielders to do it.
That's what I'm saying. And if you remember what I said, if I was coaching and I'm volunteering for the job, I'm volunteering for the job. If I was coaching Jamaica, I would tell the defenders, kick and make the forwards go look for the ball. There's no, they're not using the midfield.
Transition.
There's no transition.
Well, I'm of a different take from 2 other co-hosts. I think it is pointless now to fire Tapa Whitmore.
I agree, no.
I mean, before, I don't think he should have been fired. But I see out there, I see a Jamaica team getting better after every match. I mean, we had some poor performances, one especially to date in the office losing to Panama. Canada empty stadium where we draw 0-0. I think that with people in the stands, we could have got a result there. But I would only like to play the what-if game. And although, as I said before, we're getting better with each performances, as I said, Tapa has nothing to do with Bobby Reed missing that chance.
Well, what is
the officiating, Jamaica won that match 2-1, and I predicted a 2-1 win. The officiating and that goal, even America is the most biased country I've ever seen when it comes to their own. And where American players can come out, past players can come out and say, they don't know how that goal was disallowed. You must know that that was clearly a goal.
It was a blunder.
Hold on, you're having a caller here.
It was a blunder. Without a doubt, it was a blunder. What?
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Hi, good afternoon.
Primal Sports.
Check.
Check in. This sounds like Mr. Owen Hill.
Yes, this is Owen Hill.
All right.
AKA
Brady, checking in.
What's up,
I mean, we're on the topic of Reggae Boyz. I'm sure that's what you want to chime in on. I mean, give us your take on.
Definitely. I mean, football, definitely. Jamaica, as you know, we're Jamaican, so we have some amount of loyalty to that.
I know you take time out from the Liverpool match now to call in. Yeah. Jamaica first. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamaica for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed with what we've seen so far of the Reggae Boyz and just how they've transitioned. I think we're in trouble. We're in trouble when you look at the standings and you look at how we've been performing. We're not playing according to our strengths, and because of that, we're all the way 6th in the table, that 8-team table. So you know how that is. That's going to be difficult, and every team in CONCACAF has strengthened. So it's going to be difficult for Coach Whitmore and his charges.
Yes. So, Brady, tell me, what do you think about the team that Whitmore field?
The last game, or
the USA game, the US match.
The US game, the team that he fielded wasn't all that bad. Initially, I had some doubts about who he had at the wing back position, especially the right back. I thought it was a slightly ill-timed, ill-advised, but it worked out in a particular way. I think in the middle of the park, we still have challenges retaining the ball and building from there. So even though I am an advocate of Javon Watson because I think he adds value, and every team needs a player like that in their rotation or their squad.
Enforcer.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, but I still think that our creative juices we are missing that. We don't have.
Yeah, both my co-hosts are chiming for Ravel Morrison. What they doing with Ravel Morrison don't tackle.
Ravel is not a tackler, so we have a challenge.
Yeah, we have a challenge.
No, but what about it's not every great midfielder great at tackling, you know. What about having Ravel with two tacklers on the outside beside him?
You could, unless
because we don't have any creative midfielder.
Unless you build the team in a diamond, because the preferred formation internationally is as it is now 4-3-3. So if it is that you have Ravel playing in one of the threes, then chances are he would have to be at the top of the diamond.
Yeah,
of course.
If he's at the bottom of the diamond, you're gonna have challenges because he likes playing with the ball. He's somebody who wants to play with the ball. He's a player that
he's a creative midfielder. He's a creative midfielder that we need.
So
yeah.
Unless we're willing to give up what the midfielder in that regard offers to the team, then I think Ravel is a very good addition to the team. You know, I just think that you need to selectively decide when to play and when not to play. He's not necessarily a sure starter in my books. He's not playing consistent football, but I just think that, again, now that comes down to strategy and from the coaching perspective, how they select who they select on any given day. I still think that Whitmore is he's too cagey as a coach. He never really shows that he's expansive, and because of that, the team plays like that. So the players are good, they can play. It's just that in the system, whatever that system is, it's just not orchestrated for them to play the best that they can.
Even so, we'd be having a different conversation right now if it wasn't for that bad officiating call.
For sure.
I think that Tapper is coming under extreme scrutiny, even though I see where, as I said, he could do better. But even so, coming out with a 2-1 victory against USA, right now the panel and you will be having a different discussion.
Ian, you will get an odd call. You will get an odd bad call in all sports.
Yeah,
in
but
all sports there's an odd bad call. We had a chance. We had a man had a chance to bury the goal.
Even also, Bobby Reid missing.
Yes.
That's a decisive bad call, not just an odd bad
call. No. We agree on it, you know.
That call take the sails out of a win, because we're developing momentum. We'll take it to America, one of the best teams in the region. And I think that the more the team plays together, the better we are out there. Because you can see that from the start of the campaign to now, the last 2 matches.
Yeah, they are playing much better football.
But I still, we had a goal call back. Bobby Reid should have scored that goal. He should not have been on that team. Any forward presented with that, who missed that, should not be there.
And Corbett giving away the ball against El Salvador. Those players are not down to Tapper. And Tapper is getting extreme blame for something that he put us in a position to get the results, and the players.
He's putting the wrong players on the pitch.
Our job is not to defend Tapper, you know.
No, but everybody's calling for.
We need to win some matches. We need to win some matches.
And players win and coaches lose.
Yeah.
Like
because Damian Lowe scored that goal.
I like that.
Everybody is saying Michael Antonio, Damian Lowe.
Yes.
The number 2, what's his name again? Lay played an excellent game.
Of course.
Nobody not giving Tapper to say, all right, put that. What's his name again? Lay, right?
No, he was forced to put him on the field, though, you know.
But even so, him step up to the plate.
Exactly.
It was forced, you know.
If Greg Lay had a bad match, you'd hear that what him doing on the field. Tapper idiot to put Greg Lay on the field. Who is this Greg Lay? We never hear about this Greg Lay yet.
Good player.
And Tapper entrust him, put him and play a role. Who you tell Tapper, tell him what to do and him do it?
Tapper is a big midfielder from back in his playing days, and Tapper is not putting the right midfielders.
We took it to USA. And you were there at the match, right, Owen?
We had a good second half. We never take it.
I was physically at the game, and I was watching. I guess because my eyes are a little different when I'm watching sports. I'm not looking at the frills and the frills. I'm looking at the chemistry and the coordination. The question then becomes, though, Dale.
Yeah.
Who is the best midfielder?
I think Ravel is Jamaica's best midfielder.
I agree.
Without a doubt.
Based on what?
Based on what him can bring to the pitch.
No, let me answer the question.
Passing is an excellent pass of the football. And Antonio is lacking.
All the players, I put it to you, Dale and Panel. I put it to you. All the players who play for the national team are very good players, you know.
Yeah.
They are very good players.
Even Bobby Reed himself.
Ravel.
Bobby Reed just had a bad match.
They're all good players, but you have better players. Ravel.
From Point Blank range.
This morning. Thanks. Big up Watford, by the way.
Bobby Reed has not been playing well for the past 2 to 3 games.
Maybe 4 or 5.
No, Liam just came back from him. 2 games
even
now.
Even before, Liam Bell has not done anything in a Jamaica shirt.
I don't have a problem.
He played well. I think
Liam Bell hasn't done anything in a Jamaica shirt, but he has quality.
We keep giving these players a pass just because we are sentimental.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you,
right,
similarly, I'm of the view that Tappa gets heat unnecessarily.
Unnecessary to me.
He deserves to get heat.
Yeah, he deserves heat. But unnecessary. And I think that...
So Brady, you don't think that Ravel will make a difference in the middle of the pitch in terms of feeding the ball to Antonio?
No, he would, of course, and I'm not saying...
But that's what we need. But that's what we need right now.
That's what we lack.
What I'm saying is the flip side of that is if you put Ravel on the park, we will need some quality defensive midfielders, which we don't have.
Yeah. See, it would have to be Anthony Grant and Javon Watson.
Anthony Grant is definitely not going to get the ball to Ravel.
Yeah. So as you said...
That's the issue. So you literally now have to be using what is at your disposal. And I think personally, Tappa has done magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Even the players... Hold on. If you listen to the players themselves, the players... want Tappa in. The players don't want Tappa out.
No, the players definitely.
Tappa is rallying the troops, if you ask me. The players want Tappa as their head coach.
Of course.
And the players are playing with pride and they go out there and they fight.
Not all the players.
He's a players coach.
He's a players coach.
Yes.
That's exactly why he hasn't been fired as
yet.
Yeah. But let me tell you something.
That's exactly why we haven't qualified.
Let me tell you something.
He's correct, you know. He's correct.
It's a player's coach. It's not really a good thing, you know. Being a player's coach is not necessarily a good thing, you know.
It's like you're the student's teacher. The students vote for the teacher. You get the softest teacher.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think Tappa is a bad coach, you know.
No.
I think he's a bad coach.
You need to be more like a Bill Belichick. And you need to be more like a Greg Popovich. You cannot be a player. You need that balance. You can't be too friendly with the players.
No, we're going into apples and oranges, you know. These coaches, the Bill Belichicks and the Popovich, and the type of resources at these guys' disposal is not.
No, I'm not talking about the resources, no, Brady. I'm talking
a different talk.
No, I'm not talking about the resources.
You're talking about his
being a player, exactly. I'm talking about being confident, knowing when to take off.
I think
Tappa is too soft, in my opinion.
I don't think he's soft.
I've been around these players enough. I've been around the coach enough. I've been around the program enough, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm an expert in knowing all.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think that based on how Tappa is resourced, he is working wonders.
Miracles, you said earlier.
No coach worth them salt will take on that role given the circumstances under which he's operating.
And I'm saying if that goal is allowed, we'd be having a different conversation right now. And that cannot be down to Tappa.
Or if we didn't concede so late in Mexico.
And in El Salvador. And those were simple player errors that is nothing.
As a 11
yeah.
Or Panama.
Yeah.
Those are things now.
And that was down to politics.
That's what I was saying.
We have to look beyond
there was a problem. You have some little political things that's happening within the team itself.
Not so.
A lot.
Nice.
A lot.
You're being nice,
yeah.
Of course.
A lot.
And Tappa have to work with that as well.
When you have a challenge, when there is an issue where administration gets involved with tactical selections and
we know that firsthand from our playing career. Ask Peter himself. Peter can tell you that from his playing career with the politics as well. We all face with that in some from a player standpoint.
Understand that yes, there are limitations to Tappa and everybody knows that. I'm probably the biggest critic. But I still think that he gets more heat than what he truly deserves.
So you think he's been pressured to put certain players on?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Of course.
Okay.
You are. So right now. So for
I agree with you doing it, Brady. I've been saying that a long time that Tappa is not really the coach, you know.
So we put it hypothetical.
Yeah.
Right now, you think that Tappa can choose how he plays Mikel Antonio in the national setup?
I don't think so. I will admit to that one because I know there's a division within the camp itself.
We're just pointing out a very evident one and saying there are others.
Yeah.
Look at Liam Bailey.
Blake, if he's not performing, Andre Blake won't get dropped.
Yeah. Look at Liam Bailey. Liam Bailey.
So that's maybe why Ravel can't get a start then.
There you go. There you go. So
because I find it hard to be, we know that Tapa is a big football player, big midfielder, creative midfielder. And yes, sorry, yes. Probably still have a little of it in them football.
Not with that belly.
And I'm saying, why is it Tapa don't put on the creative players them like himself?
Yeah, well, I think the challenge is Tapa is trying to secure what he has,
Okay.
And if you notice, we've probably outside of that 3-0, we've not really conceded a whole lot of goals.
Yeah.
So he's doing.
Canada scored the most goals for a country in 2021, and we held Canada to a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
And no other country scored more goals than Canada for 2021. And Canada scored 2 against Mexico. Canada has been playing good.
Yeah.
So, and as I said, we get results. And I said, Tapa deserve heat, but not the heat amount of heat he's getting.
But if he's not allowed to coach, why don't I step down then?
When I tell you,
if you're not the coach, so step down.
Any other coach comes, and we've seen it. We see it with the female program.
Yeah.
Any other coach who is super professional that comes into the setup, they will have a problem and they will voice that.
Yeah. The next coach will have a problem as well.
So Brady, before we go, Brady, so don't you think Tapa is setting his standards too low then?
Actually, I think he's overperforming.
Yeah?
No, I'm not talking about performance. I mean in terms of his own standards. You know what I'm saying? If you put up with certain things, that's what I'm saying. So maybe Tapa need to rebuild himself in that way.
If it is that he wants to elevate his image
and
his
step up
as a coach,
he have to be more aggressive.
He has to demand better and ensure that he gets it.
Yeah. I think that
because
eventually
if you don't do that, then you will continuously get the kind of criticism that is leveled at him.
And treatment.
Nobody really truly knows how to deal with it. Because if you're given the resources and you're not performing, that's a different thing. If you're making blood from stone, according to Jamaican parlance, then you are going to feel justified in empty result because you're like, well, this is what I'm given.
Okay. Thanks.
I think Tapa will, after the campaign, Tapa will be relieved of his job.
He won't resign.
No, he'll be relieved of his job after the campaign, but 15 years from now, Tapa will take us to the World Cup.
Gentlemen, for me, I would have relieved him of his duties now, Having said all that I just said about
Yo!
Good one, Brady.
Yeah. No, we love that. John, we love that. Yeah. I like that. I like how you come to the conclusion.
I just said I would relieve him of his duties. I would say, Theodore, you have done the country well. We love what you have done. However, there is a threshold and you are now beyond that. So guess what? We have 6 games left.
Yeah.
We need to get at minimum 12 points from those 6 games.
Yeah.
If it is that we're looking to qualify, and I believe we have the tools in our arsenal to get that 12 points.
Yeah.
And I said, with each game, I see that we are getting better.
Yes.
Yes, man, we are getting better. And I just believe that a kind of fillip in our entire situation now would help. Hopefully, with a decent enough coach who can work some magic, we can possibly go. We can possibly go. So Theodore needs to go, do the honorable thing, which I know he won't. I would relieve him of his duties. He has done us well, but we need to take a next step.
Who will be that coach is the next question.
We answer that when we get to that.
All right, Brady. Thank you, Brady.
Thank you, caller.
Not a problem. We are here for this kind of discussion. Elevating it to a different level.
Yeah, you know we're Primal already.
That's true thing.
I respect Brady.
Respect.
Okay.
Big up.
Yeah. As I said, maybe top on a talk up. Like how Colin McNeil should have just talk up and say, I demand this, I need this, I want this. You know what I mean?
But
so maybe
at
top
the end of the day, you can make excuses for Tapa and you can make excuses for him. He needs to be more this and that. But at the end of the day, when you're making an executive decision, the fact of the matter is that we know the outcome and we know what Tapa as he is now, whether you say him empowered or him foot tied, his hands are tied or what, this is the result. The result is no qualification. The result is no qualification.
And as a job, what didn't get the job qualified, so don't get the job done.
Yeah, but the JFF claims that they have given him everything he asked for. I don't hear nothing from him to the contrary.
I don't hear
you. No. I hear you saying that. I hear Carla saying that. But the JFF said, we have given the man, other than the Antonio debacle, where we missed Antonio for 2 matches. We have heard that they have given him everything he wants. So given everything he wants, this is the result. So, and I'm telling you, I see problems. Now, the caller asks who was our best midfielder, and without exception, I say Ravel Morrison. He asks why. Ravel Morrison have a superbly high pass completion rate. Every ball that man kicked to another player ends up at that player, almost in the most difficult situation. What is our problem? We're not passing the ball forward to the attackers. These forwards are isolated. And so, whether you come and tell me, say, Ravel doesn't tackle well, he's not good on defense. If you're on offense, you don't need to be in defense. If you're taking the ball forward, you know how many turnovers we commit in that match? We committed an enormous amount of soft turnovers, not even tackle turnovers, you know. We just pass the ball and an American just intercept on the ball.
We need somebody that can feel, can feel.
I remember a match.
Basically on his own most of the time.
See if you remember, there's a World Cup, the last World Cup Platini played. Platini was playing long and short passes, and the British commentator said, I swear that man can find them in the dark. So good was Platini passing. I believe Ravel Morrison passing is almost at that level, you know. I'm not going to say it's long passing, but his passing, safe passing to another attacking player is that good.
But to put Ravel on the field, as he said, he was saying,
I also thought,
you need chemistry around him.
May agree. I also think Maggie is a good midfielder who could have partnered with Ravel. I don't think Maggie is as good a passer at the ball.
No, Ravel is a better passer.
Yeah, but in terms of holding up the ball, Maggie will hold the ball, take it past to create the mid smash and push the ball forward.
And then who are the other midfielders?
I don't get no.
You have to feel that team of
but my point is
chemistry.
My point is
you put it on players
why Maggie can't find a steady place in the side?
Maggie is not even in the squad.
Yeah, why? Tell me that.
You're saying this, Walker instead
Jamaica,
of
play those two players on the pitch, Jamaica have to have 70% possession during a game.
They will create
Jamaica
possession.
cannot have 70% of possession against no team.
Yeah, but brethren, it was 30% possession
we cannot have 70%
against El Salvador, a team of very low quality. At one point, our possession was 30%. You know?
What's the wingback name, Tetsi? What's it?
Glay?
No, not the one I've replaced. Yeah.
Taxi Lawrence.
All right, so Lane can't play on the wing and Taxi can go in the middle? No. Oh, no. Okay.
No.
But we can't draw no more match, you know. We can't play defensive football. That's
We've already lost. You're arguing over something.
No. I'm just saying.
Still holding on to hope.
We have to go down fighting. We have to go down fighting.
Well,
I mean, the next CONCACAF campaign will be in January. We have, I'm not sure who we have up next. I think it's Mexico.
Yeah.
We have Mexico at home. I think we'll go to Canada sometime soon after that. But we have tough matches ahead. But we're hoping the best for Reggae Boyz going forward. Let's just hope we get positive results and we take it from there.
Of course.
It's tough.
Anyway,
people
tune in next week. I have a hook up with a top flight footballer. If I get to sign that agreement, we'll probably have
right here in Primal.
A big baller and Primal next week.
Other than me, you know, I'm a big baller. I'm a big baller. I'm Primal.
We'll come to the end of another show. Thank you all for tuning in. And Uncle Randy
is up next.
He's up next from 3 to 6.
Big up from the Primal family. One love.
Daniel Dowie, where are you?